In a lot of rugby games, you get a flattering scoreline, what seems to be a flattering scoreline, by the points you score at the end, but that's very often the rewards the work you've done in the first hour. Okay, I thought they had a good first quarter, lost their way in the second, but responded really well to the try. That was a crucial score, the one before half-time at 10-all. And then the bench made a really good impact, and they got softer yards in the last 20 because they'd had to work for them in the first hour, and that's why the late scores partly came. I think that the bench improved things a good bit. Kidney's now going to make more proactive use of the bench because they've got the 4 games in a row, so we're going to see more of them, and they made a really good impact. Owen Redden obviously quickened things up. I do feel a little bit sorry for Conor Murray though, because he got the Italians out there for their best 55, and Redden came on and got them when they were out on their feet a little bit, but he certainly quickened things up, and it was a good finish in the end. I think they go to Paris in better nick now than they did for the postponed match. I thought Donnacha Ryan was excellent in everything he did. He was really good in the ball, good offload. O'Mahony did some good things. He won't start in Paris, but he's now part of the squad. He's got a cap under his belt. The coaching staff had a look at Sexton and Tommy Bowe in midfield, which was an interesting combination, and one that they've now looked at, and you never know, they might be forced to do it someday down the line through injuries, and at least then nobody will be able to say, well, why didn't you try it before? So I thought it was a useful exercise in lots of ways. They got the bench on earlier than they normally did. I think Donnacha Ryan's probably pushing hardest for inclusion. There's a big campaign, I can tell already, for Owen Redden to start. Look, every time a scrum half comes on around the hour mark, he should make things quick enough. He should be better. They should uplift things lifted. It's the toughest position on the pitch almost, and you've got to get it every breakdown. His passing's got to be accurate. Yeah, the thing is that for some reason, I presume it's because they trained so much together and played together for so long, there's no doubt that when Redden's on the pitch, Johnny Sexton looks more comfortable, more at ease, and things seem just to flow a bit more naturally. But for France away, I think he still might be more inclined to start with his more physical number 9. Conor Murray did an awful lot of defensive work, and in Paris he's going to be asked to do even more than he was today, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's an unchanged 15, and certainly an unchanged halfbacks, despite what appears to be a little bit of a clamour for Owen Redden to start. Yeah, everybody wants this big, sweeping changes at the start of a new World Cup cycle. Let's build for the next World Cup. Ireland don't have the strength and depth to do that. If Ireland are losing Brian O'Driscoll, it stands to reason that the more changes you make on top of that, the more disruptive it's going to be. Look at Gordon Darcy's influence there at 12 today. Vastly experienced, had a really good game. It means he can help guide Sexton inside him, he can help guide Earls outside him. I thought the 2 centres went very well. The biggest criticism I'd have of the performance was some of the back play is still too lateral. The amount of times Tommy Bowe gets the ball running from right to left, joining the line, and is running diagonally towards the touchline. It's too much. They need more straight runners. They were using some decoy straight runners, but not enough. It showed for the last try that Tommy Bowe scored when Rory Best ran a straight line. But again, Redden was just able to find Sexton. He threw out the skip pass. I think it's good that Ireland can change up their game off their bench. It's a strength that they're going to need. It's a strength that every good team has to have, and they're developing it. I think that was a big plus. They've got another game under their belt. They're a little bit more cohesive. The bench has seen more game time. They've got 5 tries today. They've got points on the board. They're going to have an extra day's rest than France had for this game next week, because France are playing tomorrow, which makes up slightly for the fact they have to take the trip over to Paris. So yeah, they are in a better nick. We say the French go tomorrow, but they've matched the French performance at home to Italy. For all the negativity around here, France scored 4 tries to zip. Ireland scored 5 tries to 1. I think it was a bigger win on the scoreboard. So yeah, I think they definitely go in better nick now than they did for the fiasco non-match.